As a student using the new competency tracker, I can add an individual item to my shift by clicking on the orange button and then selecting individual item. An individual item would be a skill I've performed on a patient where I don't have all the information for the patient to fill out a patient care report, but I still want to get credit for the skills I've performed. When I click on the option, it will open up our item library where I can either scroll through and select one of the items available, or I can use the search functionality to find an item. So if I type ORO, we can see oral pharyngeal airway appears as well as oral tracheal intubation. If I click on the plus for that one, it'll open up additional information. First, I can give my rating for the skill. So if I was unsuccessful, I can mark that. Or if I was successful, we can keep it as successful. Or if it was a partial, we can mark that. It'll then indicate who performed the skill. It will default to the student who's logged in. So in this case, 101 student, myself, is the one who's going to get credit. If there was another student who observed it, I can open up the option and select from there. And then I can also indicate who evaluated the skill as well as show the date and time. The date and time will be set by default for the current date and time. However, if you do need to make a change to it, you can click on the calendar to select a different date. You'll notice a future date is not available, but you can do one for the past. So if you were filling this out a couple days after you'd done the skill, you can go ahead and mark that. The time can be set with 24-hour time. This skill, as well as some others, will have additional details like an age group. So if I need to set that this was actually an intubation on a child, I can mark that. Not every individual item will have these details. So if you don't see them on an item that you're entering, don't worry, that's to be expected. We also have attachments that you can upload directly to the item that you're entering. So if there's an attachment you want to add to this, you can do so. You can also hover over the eye icon to see which files are accepted as well as the file size limit. Lastly, we have a comment section where you can type a comment that you would like into here, as well as you can use our dictation option, where if you're using a device that has a microphone, you can actually speak to your device and it will translate it into the comment box for you. Once you're finished, you can hit save and it'll bring you back to the item library, where we can now see that this has been added with the check mark. I can either add additional oral tracheal intubations, or I can add other skills as well. Or if I'm ready to link it back to the shift, I can just hit save, and that will bring us right back to the shift with this added to my shift page. If I need to make a change to it, I can click on the pencil icon to edit it, and that will open up the window right back. Or I can click on the delete option, and it'll delete it if I want to. Anytime you try and delete it, you will have a window that appears that says, "Are you sure you want to delete?" And if you say yes, it will be permanently removed.